Good morning, folks, and welcome to Morning Coffee and a Thought. It's been a while since I've been with you in this format, and hopefully we can get this format going again on a weekly basis. We've been going through a lot of transition here at Wings of Faith Ministries. We moved from a home to a church setting, and many of us within the ministry are going through times of transition, including yours truly. When I think of the thought of transitioning from one place to another, I think of the young man David in the Bible. David, of course, was a shepherd, then became a warrior, defeating the Philistine champion Goliath, was a commander in Saul's army, but King Saul turns on David, and David, for a period of 8 to 10 years, goes into a period of transition. He's running for his life, and for a long time he wanders in the different wilderness areas of Judea, looking for hiding places in caves or wherever he can find with a band of men to keep one step ahead of King Saul. And so we find that 8 to 10 year period, an extended period of time in David's life, when he's transitioning from a commander to get himself ready to be king over Israel. And transition is never an easy place to be, because there's no real firm ground you can put your feet on. Everything is up in the air. You're kind of lost out there. And I'm sure David felt that way many times. And yet, in this 8 to 10 year period of his life, David wrote the most beautiful material in the Psalms. Some of the most beautiful Psalms come from this 8 to 10 year period in his life, a time when he experienced many things. Last of all was firm place to put his feet, but yet he experienced the presence of Yahweh wherever he went, whether it was in the form of rescue, whether it was protection. God was always with him, and he experienced God in ways that he had not experienced him before. And I believe that's what happens to us when we go through these periods, is we experience God in Christ in different ways than we would normally experience him when we're in a plateau or on a firm place. Sometimes we're in the middle of going from one plateau to another. That's when we really see the work of God in our lives. And that's what happened with David. David had many experiences with Yahweh while he was running for his life, while he was in that period of transition. God is always with us, and some of God's most beautiful work in our lives can come at a time when we're moving from one place in our lives to another. And that moving can be mental, it can be physical, it can be spiritual, it can take the many forms, but it's always that period of time when we're moving from one firm place to another. That time of uneasiness, sometimes it's very uncomfortable, but many, many times, that's when we can really experience the power of Christ in our lives, when we're in that place of transitioning. And so I leave you with that thought this morning, that transition's not always a bad thing. Yes, it can be uncomfortable, it can be uneasy, sometimes even scary, but it's good to know that in the midst of that, God is with us. And some of our most beautiful experiences in life, it's either with man or with God, can be during a period of transitioning. So I leave you with that thought this morning. I wish you a good day. Enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you later.